Man, so we just had news that Cardano's VASIL hard fork has been delayed by another several few weeks. Does this mean I've changed my mind on Cardano? Will I be selling my position? And what are my thoughts around this second delay here on the VASIL hard fork? Guys, hit up the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. We're also going to look at the Bitcoin price. We'll take a quick look at the COTI price, fear ingredients, and a whole lot more. Guys, make sure you hit up the like button. Don't forget to subscribe as always. If you want to buy any of these cryptos, you could do so using BYBIT or BitGet. Links in description. Take advantage of those bonuses, guys. Those are bonuses. If you've not traded before, take those free bonuses and trade with it, and then practice with a little bit of spare lunch money until you've learned the skill of trading. Now, as you can see here, I'm on the ADA chart. We're actually a little bit up today, which is interesting here on Cardano. 1.8%, despite a lot of people really worried by this fact that the Cardano VASIL hard fork, this much anticipated hard fork, has been delayed. Now, we've covered off this in detail on other videos. I'll try to link them up here for you guys, but in essence, this was scheduled for the end of June, and the team came out and said, there's a few more bugs out, as they do, and they said, yep, we'll delay that across to the end of July. Sure enough, we're at the end of July, and yet another delay of several weeks has been announced by IOHK. Now, important to note that what they're saying here, let's just find the quotation for you guys. What they are saying is, here we go. The VASIL hard fork was first scheduled to go live June, but Cardano announced that the community should expect further delays in an update. IOG, the firm behind Cardano's research, noted that the delay would allow for a smooth network transition. Okay, IOHK technical manager Kevin Hammond stated that the postponement would ensure all stakeholders, including exchanges and API developers, are ready for the upgrade. The hard fork will open new opportunities on the network, making it easier for developers to build on Cardano. So look, let's not focus too much on this particular article, but what I wanted to come on to point is delays. Let's talk about delays. Right? And the reason I want to cover this off, this is really important in terms of psychology and managing your investments, because whether you like it or not, and whether you're investing on Cardano or not at this point, really doesn't matter. But the idea of delays in product roadmaps will come across any project which you're invested in. It's important that you guys understand a specific point. Now, I own software companies, right? I've been in software, and I understand how difficult it is to ship product after various sprints with developers. Now, I'm not an engineer in terms of blockchain, so I can't vouch for how difficult it is to do Ethereum 2.0 or the VASIL hard fork or any other hard fork for that matter. But what I can tell you from a software background is delays happen. Things happen with software. No matter how much you quality test and quality assure, there will always be things that come up, right? And again, if you're invested in a car company like Tesla, how many delays has Tesla had to every single model that they've released, right? Where is this Cybertruck? Right? Where is this Tesla Roadster? Where is all this stuff? But it doesn't matter. The stock continues to go from strength to strength because eventually these products do come. And when they do come out, they have less issues than if they just rushed it out of the door in the first place. So when you're actually building groundbreaking technology, something like full self-driving with Tesla, the things we're seeing with the 2.0 and Cardano's VASIL hard fork, it is not easy, and there are delays. Now, I completely understand. I'm an investor just like you guys. We've put money into these projects, and therefore we expect them to deliver on their product roadmap. But holding them to such small timeframes is where we can be a little bit more lenient. So these are different, right? If you're comparing ETH 2.0's delays to the delay here on VASIL hard fork, very different. But I think some of the delays from ETH 2.0 over multi-years is now getting put, that same pressure is getting put on Cardano when they've only delayed for 2 months. A very big difference, right? To say you're going to have all this transaction scalability in the previous bull run in the situation of Ethereum, and then still this kind of sharding technology has still not come about, that is a little bit different. And the pressure on Ethereum should be a lot more rightly so, because they've had multiple delays than Cardano. Cardano's not built a reputation of delaying. This is their first major set of delays, right? And they've delayed it 4 weeks, and they've delayed it another several weeks, as they say. So I much rather prefer that a project does this properly, takes the hit from announcing delays, but when they do launch, they launch properly, because it will just damage your brand. And also for you guys, if you're holding ADA, it will damage your holdings as well if they launch with a major severe bug which goes down, and then you're going to complain, oh, we've got downtime like Solana. You do not want that. Trust me, you much rather 3, 4, 5, 6 months even of delays to make sure they launch with it intact. And in fact, when we look at the price of Cardano, I think the market is understanding that. I think there's a little bit of maturity coming into the market. You can see here as we zoom into the bottom here, we're getting this nice move here on Cardano alongside other coins as Bitcoin had its nice bit of rally over the last couple of days, up 1.53%, despite Bitcoin only being up 0.8% today. So we're seeing a decent move here on Cardano. Equally, the project I like to say, which is like almost like the baby project alongside Cardano, which will move in similarity, is COTI. COTI up 4% today. Again, the official issuer of the JED token. We spoke about how they've now finally they're launching their multi-DAG 2.0. You've got a statement from their CEO here which says CMD, which is the new token standard. So again, think of ERC token standard. They've got their own now at COTI, which is CMD, represents the multi-DAG 2.0 launch and is the most significant milestone for COTI. By supporting issuance of token on top of our protocol, we are accomplishing our vision in becoming the enterprise layer one. Look what they're saying here. They want to target these enterprises. Years of hard work have culminated in this game-changing event, and I can't wait to see more enterprises using technology. And this is the stuff you need to look for. It's all great doing technical analysis, and we will continue to do technical analysis. But you guys know this channel is all about taking the macros, taking the technicals, taking the fundamentals, which mean projects making progress, particularly in a bear market, and then we can build our conviction in projects. That's why I'm always looking for progress in the project. So when I saw that they're actually working on multi-DAG 2.0, they've got their CMD token, they're the official issuer of JED for Cardano. These are good signs for a small market cap project. Now, of course, COTI is very small market cap, so do not get overexcited with your allocation in the portfolio. The way I do this is whatever I wanted to allocate to ADA, I take a small percentage of that and I put a little bit as a hedge into COTI just to kind of diversify and have a little bit more higher risk to reward on that side. We've also got an announcement here from KuCoin that KuCoin claims a bragging right to the first exchange to offer NFT ETFs. Now, for me, this is really, really interesting. Now, you guys will probably know I don't speak too much about NFTs, partly because it's very difficult in this market to pick the one out of 1,000 that's going to exceed in terms of collections. Now, obviously, there are certain blue chip collections which it becomes very prohibitive for anybody to enter, very costly to get, one of the big projects. But I think this is a really novel and clever idea to go and put it into an ETF so we can have fractional ownership of these 5 blue chip NFT collections. I think this is really clever and definitely something I'm going to be giving a little bit of thought to. And once I've got my strategy nailed down, I'm going to let you know what I'm going to be doing in the NFT space, because it's definitely not something I'm going to be ignoring for the long term. Bitcoin, as we can see here in the charts, guys, 0.7% today here on a Saturday. Obviously, we've got a little bit of weak volume. We're again facing this severe resistance here at 24,000. That is our key level now. That's the only focus right now that's stopping us from having this nice relief rally, perhaps up to 28, 29, 30K range, as I showed you on the weekly charts. And what we're seeing is we're getting that rejection from 24. Now, the positive sign is we're hanging here a little bit longer, right? This is a proper fight with the bulls and bears. I mean, if you look at it here, from the 28th now, so 2 full days, we've been fighting at this level. And what you're now forming is a bull flag. Okay, so this is a nice bull flag, which we need to push through this level. That's what we need to see play out. And if I rotate across to this chart, which I've created, you can see here we're in the midst of this bull flag, which we want to see do this and then push us through, okay? And that will then get us through the 24,000 level, which is creating the resistance at the top of this wedge. Once we do that, this price target actually gives you a price target on Bitcoin of up to 27,500. Interestingly, speaking of Bitcoin, we can see that the balance on exchanges continues to decline, okay? So it's now only 12.6% of the total circulating supply of Bitcoin. What does this mean? This means that what people are doing is they're buying and they're taking off exchanges. They're hodling. If they're not on exchanges, they're not looking to sell, okay? So they're putting it in long-term storage and they're hodling, getting ready for the next bull run, which is a great sign. We've also seen this technical pattern, which is very, very interesting, which is our from the all-time high to where we're at now, from 69,000 back in November all the way to now. We've had this parabolic resistance, and finally this little breakout we've had over the last 2 days here has broken the trend from this parabolic movement. So again, just showing that this is a really important level to clear this 24,000 level, and finally we can get back into this kind of 30K range where you get a bunch of resistance from here. That's what the focus is going to be. Can we now get that move back up to some of those levels? All the way back up here. So can we fulfill that breakout from here? And can we get to this range before we then decide, okay, are we actually going to flip bullish, or are we going to just go there, touch 30K and bounce back down? So that's what we're focused on right now on Bitcoin. We've also got Phantom, big day for Phantom, up 3.85%. Again, showing some nice strength, but still hasn't posted that higher high, right? That's going to depend on Bitcoin really getting to 24 and breaking 24. And then we're going to see similar patterns on all our major altcoins, right? Following suit. So sitting here on the 4-hourly, yep, showing good strength, bouncing off the bottom of its broadening rising wedge, which is what we can see here. This is a broadening rising wedge, which is actually a bearish pattern, which is more like straight to the downside, but Bitcoin is showing strength. And in order to do that, it needs to break higher beyond the wick here at about 36 to 37 cents, break higher than that and start working its way towards 38 cents here on Phantom. Guys, don't forget, check out OKX, links in the description to claim your mystery box. But what's more important than that is this pie feature, which I'm now using. Okay, so this pie feature, you're going to hear me talking about this a lot. I'm calling it the pie feature. I don't think they call it a pie feature. They call it recurring buy. But the reason I'm calling it a pie feature is in my stock trading platforms, they call it pie. And in essence, what we're going to do is we're going to build our investment pies. We're going to say, okay, I'm going to have one metaverse pie. I'm going to have a GameFi pie. I'm going to have a layer 1 pie. And we'll just create the pie like this. These are the tokens I want. In there, I want Solana, for example. I want Phantom. You just go ahead and pick it. You say, okay, I've got my Phantom. I want a bit of Algorand in my layer 1. And then what you do is you just bulk assign it, right? So you say, okay, what percentages do I want to split? I want to go quite heavy on Solana because it's a safer project. Phantom, I'll take a little bit less, and Algorand, I'll put at about 8% as well. And then you build out your layer 1 pie. And then you say, I just want to average in about 1,000 a week. And you just build up the pie. And that's a great way for you to start parking money in terms of long-term investments, right? Just dollar cost averaging in without having to think about it. It just does it for you. You can set the frequency, so I can say, do this every week on a Tuesday at this time, and off it goes. It'll just dollar cost average. Really clever feature. I'm not getting paid to show you this at all. I'm just showing it to you because I've literally found it. I'm happy. I'm going to be using it. If you guys want to use it, there is an affiliate link in the description which will support the channel. But I'm not getting paid or sponsored to show this to you guys. Now, what are we looking for here? So as I said, coming back onto the weekly chart, just to take a look at where we stand here on Bitcoin. And what I want to show you here is what we're looking at. And what we're looking at is we've now had 2 nice weeks here. 2 positive weeks here. The last time we've had 2 positive weeks was back here. So I want to be very, very cautious, right? Because I can't help but notice that the last time we've had 2 nice weeks here in March 22nd, we fell to the downside. Okay, and I just don't want to fall for that same trap again. Is are we going to rotate across? So I do want to see that 3rd week come in. That's going to be really, really important for us to get that 3rd week in, just to show now we're building momentum. Because the last time we've had 3 weekly candles was all the way up here where we also fell, but at least it was at the top of our bull run, right? So it'll be a positive sign from the bottom here to get a momentum of 3 weekly candles in a row, which could get you excited that something like this can start playing out, right? So that's what we want to look at here from the weekly perspective. Guys, don't forget to smash up the like button. If you appreciate this Saturday update, then make sure you let me know in the comments. Go watch this video here, and I'll see you in the next one.